Welcome to Art History with Jackie. Today, we're going to be talking about Kehinde Wiley. Kehinde Wiley is an American portrait painter based in New York City who is known for his highly naturalistic paintings of African Americans, frequently referencing the work of old master paintings. Wiley was recently included in Time magazine's 100 Most Influential People list. He was born in Los Angeles, California. His father is a Yoruba from Nigeria, and his mother is African American. Wiley has a twin brother. When he was a child, his mother wanted him and his brother to stay out of the streets, so she supported their interest in art and enrolled them in after school art classes. At the age of 11, Wiley and his brother spent a short time at a conservatory of art in Russia. It was here that Wiley developed his passion for portraiture. Wiley noted that his brother was better at portraiture than he was, and this created a competitive sense between them. The siblings would compete to see who could recreate the most realistic images. The twins were raised by their mother, their father having returned to Nigeria. Wiley traveled to Nigeria at the age of 20 to meet his father and to explore his family roots there. He earned his BFA from San Francisco Art Institute in 1999 and his MFA from Yale University in 2001. Wiley became an artist in residence at the Studio Museum in Harlem. Wiley often references old master paintings for the pose of a figure. Wiley's paintings often blur the boundaries between traditional and contemporary modes of representation, rendering his figures in a realistic mode while making references to specific old master paintings. Wiley creates a fusion of period styles and influences, ranging from French Rococo, Islamic architecture, and West African textile design, to urban hip hop and the seafoam green of a Martha Stewart Interiors color swatch. Wiley depicts his slightly larger than life figures in a heroic manner, giving them poses that connote power and spiritual awakening. Wiley's portrayal of masculinity is filtered through these poses of power and spirituality. Wiley's Napoleon leading the army over the Alps is based on Napoleon Crossing the Alps by Jacques Louis David. Wiley restaged it with an African rider wearing modern army fatigues and a bandana. While creating the work, he attempted to use real horses to model and found that the proportions between man and horse in the original work were unrealistic. The purpose of art during David's time was to serve as propaganda. Although seemingly naturalistic, both Wiley's and David's portraits feature riders who are disproportionate to their steed. Wiley claims to be simultaneously drawn to the illusion used in old master paintings while also wanting to expose them. His portraits are based on photographs of young men whom Wiley sees on the street. He has painted men from Harlem's 125th Street, as well as the South Central Los Angeles neighborhood where he was born. Dressed in street clothes, his models are often asked to assume poses from the paintings of Renaissance masters such as Titian and Tiepolo. Wiley describes his approach as interrogating the notion of the master painter, at once critical and complicit. His figurative paintings quote historical sources and position young black men within that field of power. In this manner, his paintings fuse history and style in a unique and contemporary manner. In 2007, he reimagined Théodore Géricault's early 19th century The Charging Chasseur with a young black man in casual streetwear as the sword wielding hussar in his painting, Officer of the Hussar. Sometimes Wiley changes the gender of figures portrayed in the older works. In Portrait of a Couple from 2012, he replaces the couple depicted in the original painting with a pair of young men. The same year, he exhibited two variations on the Judith beheading Holofernes, painted by Caravaggio, replacing the male Holofernes with female figures. Wiley said about this work, "It's sort of a play on the kill Whitey thing." Wiley began to expand his portraits to an international view, including models found in urban backdrops from around the world. In 2017, it was announced that Wiley had been chosen by Barack Obama to paint an official portrait of the former president. He was the first black artist to paint an American president portrait. Wiley has risen to the top of the art world, and we can't wait to see him continue to subvert the canon of